You guys gave me like 3,500 comments, and 90% of them were about Grug. What is the hardest character to animate? That would be Ghidorah, or Noodle Neck. And it's literally for the most obvious reason you can think of. The amount of limbs, arms, tail, like whatever. It's just, he's a lot, and I have to move like every individual part of his character drawing. Is basically animating like 2 characters at the same time. Would Troy ever recruit monsters that aren't from your universe? The plan is that any characters that show up on the main character team or the antagonist team is going to be people from that universe. The idea being that my versions of those kaijus will be the ones that are central characters. There are tiny exceptions, like the stupid Kong is there, but the plan is that any villains that show up that Troy brings on, they're just my versions of the kaijus from my monsterverse. Which character is the hardest to voice and why? Weirdly enough, it's probably Cole. I actually have a lot of fun voicing Cole, but he's very similar to Monkey in the way he sounds, not only because I'm going for the same type of voice but a little scratchier, but also because I have the same method of just making my voice deeper that I use for Monkey, which to varying degrees of success I can make them sound different, but you know, it's just a little challenging. Is making these animations harder or easier? It's like a yes or no sort of thing, because like basic animating has been getting easier only because I'm getting better at it as I go along, as I learn new ways and like shortcuts for doing the things that I think are pretty appealing for animation. But at the same time, because of all those shortcuts and stuff, and because I'm trying to improve what I do, I take longer on scenes that before would have taken me like a fraction of the time. Like I probably spend way too much time on some of the simplest of stuff when I really should just be focusing on the stuff that really matters. So in a way, it's kind of stayed the same. I'm getting better and faster at doing the basic animation stuff, but I also feel a need to add like onto each and every single scene like way more than I used to. I'm as lost as you are. Cats or dogs? Cats. What do you do in your free time after you animate her? Usually either hang out with my family, go to church, Bible studies. I like to play games on my downtime usually. Right now I'm playing through Hollow Knight and Arc Raiders. Those are my 2 games right now. But honestly, you would be surprised how much of my day like animating takes up, because I do enjoy my job. When I have a project that I like specifically am super like focused on and enthusiastic about, like it usually just takes up most of my day. Are you the only one that works on these projects? Yes, except for when I have some outside help, whether it's for voice acting or occasionally making some music. A friend of mine has helped me make some tracks, including for the Kyle series. Some I haven't even shown off yet. And then outside of that, I've had my friend DB Films. He has animated a Lego second for me in a video. So technically I've had help on the animation side. You guys should go check out his channel, by the way. It's got cool Lego animations. What is your dream project? Dream project might be the wrong word for it. It's more so just projects that I'm really interested in doing, but I haven't made my like commitment to one of them concrete yet. Otherwise, I'd be starting on it, but I also know that I need to work within my ability for now. Like a big project that I'd be super passionate about, I need to make sure I'm doing correctly. So I need to make sure I'm really into it and have all the help I need before I do something like that. But for now, I'm working within my limits for now, like with whether it's been TVM, I've been super passionate about that. The videos and uploads in general that are more on the funny side or like the simple little doses, that's been enjoyable as well. I find joy in making videos like Grug. Then there's a middle area of smaller passion projects that I actually reasonably can make at this time that I've been working toward making or already have been making. Who is larger between Prime Mecha Triangle and Troy? Probably Prime Mecha Triangle. I say probably because I haven't properly compared their sizes. I do have like a general size locked in for both of them. Prime Mecha is definitely overall a larger beast because he is just a towering robot. I will probably do a size comparison video eventually, maybe on my second channel, but I'm waiting at least until this season is done to do that. Your opinion on the new Lego Batman game? I'm copping it. Day 1. It looks heat! They actually have a difficulty setting, so that will make it extra fun for someone like me now that's grown up. This might end up being the first Lego game I play in a very long time. What is your favorite Godzilla film? -1, and it's not even close. Not that I'm the most well-versed Godzilla fan, but if you ask me, that movie just feels like the definitive Godzilla, whether it's the design, the music, the setting, the time period. Like, I love everything about that movie. Trash is here, and I forgot to bring it out. That's okay. Can you let me out of your basement? Joke's on you, I don't have a basement. But no, I'm not letting you out of the attic. I'm struggling to believe that you actually made these animations on a pay monthly for no ads app. Yep, Flip-A-Clip is a simple app, but it's what allowed me to get familiar with it, because I'm not the most technological person, but I've just been slowly trying to build up what I'm able to do on this app. One of the reasons I haven't moved to a different app is because the format is appealing to me. Are you homeless? No, but I am maidenless. What is the most fun you've had animating the series? Also, pancakes, rhymes with grug. This is actually a pretty hard question to answer, only because I love what I do. What I've been able to do, whether it's comedy centered or more story centered stuff that I've been able to do through these videos, but I'd say generally I have a ton of fun with the monkey and coal scenes, especially recently, whether it was the entire episode where they're fighting the other two Kongs, or even just this little bit from part 50. I kid you not, was one of my favorite things to make and animate. This segment alone, I just wanted to do a few different funny things just going on in this scene. I was super happy with how it turned out. Will you do an epic finale for Rhymes with Grug? There actually is an end planned, but the way it's going to end is very tied into some of the outside elements, like how the views are going with the videos. The idea being that this meme has been dead for a long time, and that plays into the narrative, is for some reason my channel has kept it alive. Once it starts to die out, then it's going to be leaning towards its conclusion. So the actual reality of how the series is performing on the channel has to do with how long the videos are going to go on and how long the narrative is going to go on. So basically, once the videos start doing absolutely terrible, it's gonna have a finale. That's the plan. Until then, I could make a dozen more. I don't know. I'm scared of this future of mine. This is what my channel is now. Can you give me some tips on how to do decent animations? I kid you not, I could make a whole series of videos about this. We'll give you one tip right now, which is shot composition does a lot, as in like what the layout and format is of the scene you're trying to create. If you nail that, if you get that right, get it to somewhere that's appealing, experiment with it a little bit, even if for the most mundane things, it can go so far for you. Not even just the way you animate the characters or the way they look, like the way you drew them, but like composition is a whole part of it. I still am trying to get better at it. What's your favorite animation series you've made, or at least found the funniest? GVM may have an advantage only because that's the one that I've committed to the most. I've had fun with Grug, but in all honesty, I think my favorite like episode to episode series to make so far, as far as like being happy with the results for what it is and being funny, is probably the Transformers videos. Not only because I'm a Transformers fan, but I feel like the way those videos have turned out so far, like I'm very proud of every Transformers video I've made. I plan to do more soon. Were you the one behind the Rhymes with Grug meme, or did you just popularize it? No, I don't know who started that joke. It wasn't me. I just wanted to do my own version of it because I thought it was funny, and I love the Croods, honestly. That was one of the motivators, is I love the Croods movie. I usually don't hop on trends. I try to make my own stuff based off of things I love. Like, that's why I don't usually make videos where it's sampling someone else's sound and animating over it. I'd like to be the person that's making sounds that other people sample, if that makes any sense. That was just one case of like doing something that was popular at the time, and it did really well for me. I do have a lot of fun making them though, okay? They are rot, but I'm very proud of that rot. Will you have another animator working with you in the future? It is very possible to have another person help me with the Flip-A-Clip side of making the videos, but for the scale of how I make my videos on the channel currently, it's not exactly necessary. Like, I can manage it, I guess is what I'm saying, but I'm not against having other people help me. Something that I'm not against is having someone help me with backgrounds, but at the same time, I'm trying to get better at making backgrounds myself. Who is the easiest character to animate? as of recently, it's Squiggles. You can probably guess why. It does take a little bit of work, like making him vibrant, but I just have more fun than anything. Shmoopy videos in general are easy only because of the single color backgrounds and characters. Shocking, I know the stick figure was the easiest to make. When will the noodle neck plushie release? What, a noodle neck plushie? Who would buy that? That is a terrible idea. I would never be doing that. I would never be currently working on that right now. That is not our... What is the best faction in Fallout New Vegas? The Mirkwood Elves. They're the best faction. Thranduil? Yes. It's either them or the Sangheili. How many trophies you got in Clash? I've never been into Clash. My siblings are. I'm not. I never got into it. I'm a failure. What do you want from me? How many trophies do you have in Clash?
In Clash?
Clash, yeah. How many trophies do you have in Clash?
Or Clans?
I don't know. The comment just said...
Hey,
shut up.
Alright, Clash Royale, I have 7,325 trophies.
7,000?
Feel this.
So, oh, jeez.
Ford Pete it.
No! Which is more useful for animating, autism or ADHD? Dude, if you had that combo, you are unstoppable. Unfortunately, I have neither. What do you think about the second Minecraft movie? Yeah, it's so wrong the way they did that. I guess I'm gonna have to make another response in my own special way. What's better, cheeseburgers or hamburgers? Cheeseburgers, dude. Especially, I've been on a diet for the last like 6 months or so, and I can't have any carbs, so I can just have... why would you want less food? You get more with the cheese, okay? Be greedy. Be a gluttonous freak. How? Why? If you could animate anything you want, however you wanted, what would you animate and in what style? That Halloween special genuinely scared me, by the way, which is interesting. It was supposed to be more goofy than anything, but oh man, when I started working on that video, I was like, this is gonna be fun, but it's kind of random, but I was so proud of that video when I was done with it. Can you make a Sonic animation? I would really like to see your approach to the speedster concept. Well, buddy, guess what? My first video ever was about Sonic. Well, kind of loosely. I have thought about making Sonic videos, not that I know the most about Sonic, but, you know, who doesn't love a little fast cartoon hedgehog? Remember, I had this. Is this close enough? Crud. Congratulations on 1.2 million subs. Thank you. When will Kyle episode 5 release? Okay, this is like the annual proof of life for Kyle. Yes, there is still plans to make an episode 5, and it's the same plan I had before, but there's so many other things right now that are priority over it. I'm gonna get around to it eventually, I swear. What made you want to start doing YouTube? I've always liked making videos, especially with my brothers. That's kind of how the channel started, is we'd make skits and just fun videos that we'd put out on the channel. All of those are privatized now, but then I eventually just started posting animations on there. And animating was something I was always interested in, whether it was just watching animations or dabbling in it myself. And the stuff that I did early on, I just wanted to share online, especially since for us, YouTube early on was very much just the platform that we'd put out stuff that we want to remember, like fun stuff that we do. And in a way, it still is that, but it's now a job for me as well. When will you make more Helldivers stuff? I mean, the 2 videos I think is enough. I mean, I'm not that interested in the game at all. It was just sort of because it was somewhat relevant. I'm not actually that big of a fan of it, so I might be the wrong person to be making Helldivers content. Sorry, I'm just a fake fan. Okay, in all seriousness, there actually is plans to make more Helldivers videos. Do you know how to draw Sonic? No, but I want to try now. It's off of memory, I'm not cheating. We're gonna draw the Sonic. Yeah, that comment got its money's worth for sure. I couldn't remember if Sonic has a tail or not. Does Sonic... If you had to change one thing about Triangle vs. Monkey lore, what would it be? There's actually more than one thing I'd want to change, because that's what happens when you are writing a story as it goes and only being able to plan, like, ideas and lore and story off of something that you've already started to establish that wasn't planned to be a series. There's a lot of complications with that, especially when you decide to change your plans halfway through, which is something I was starting to do in between like seasons 2 and 3. It's just, it is complications that if I had planned way like better ahead of time, I think it would have turned out a little better. Now, I am proud of how the final result of seasons 1 through 3 turned out. I still am a lot, but there are just some either inconsistent, but there are some inconsistencies. But there are some inconsistencies. Would you make furry animations? We're packing up. I'm deleting the channel. Will Triangle become a rectangle in his evolved form? Hey, no spoiling the plot, all right? And this question is from Garrett. What is your favorite frame you've ever made? Good question. I'm gonna look, hold on, I'm gonna try and find it right now. Okay, so this is a contender for sure. Just the mix of the noodle arms and the face, I just love it. I even made it partially the thumbnail of that video. And then another good contender would be I have a single impact frame of when Mount Doom is blowing up in my Boromir video, and I put a little smiley face on the Eye of Sauron where it's supposed to go. There are some sincerely favorites as far as like the way the shot turned out or the composition and stuff, but that's boring. We want funny frames. Why was I built to do nothing but suffer? That's just skill issue, buddy. All right. Hope you're okay. What is the best season of Triangle versus Monkey right now? That's kind of up to you guys more than anything, like which of the seasons so far that you've preferred. But for me, personally, as the person making them, it's been season 4 so far. And I'm not done with season 4 yet. I have 1 episode left, but so far, each video to me, I've been trying to make way more entertaining than my average episodes used to be. And it's made it to where they take longer to make, but I'm super proud of all the episodes so far this season. Will Squiggles the Theft be coming back? Oh yeah, no, there's plans. I'm gonna bring that little fiend back for sure. And a lot of people have suggested that I need to make him face Chadley in the next Schmoopy. So, I mean, that's guaranteed at this point. Will we see another Poppy Playtime animation? Depends on how the next few chapters go for that game. If there's just another idea that I have for a video. I don't play Poppy Playtime myself, but I do always watch like no commentary playthroughs of the game because it's that like good to watch. When do we get a Schmoopy plushie? That could be very fun to do, honestly, and maybe I could make it even a little smaller one because I like the idea of just like a little Schmoopy plush. I've had the idea for a while now. I just am not sure when I want to do it. Plus, like 3 people will buy it. How do you animate so fast between videos with this amount of quality? I loved your Clanker short. It was really cinematic stuff. Thank you. A lot of people are saying in the comments that I need to make a full video about that, or even a series, and I am not at all against that idea. I had fun making that one too. There might actually be something soon coming off of that because I did enjoy making that video, and I like the idea of making the Clanker series of videos. Come on, that's awesome. Come on. And yeah, I am hard R-ing, all right? Filthy clankers. Tin skin, oil drinking, malfunctioning, motherboarding, clank. Are you going to be doing more Ninjago stuff in the future? I'd love to see Pythor in your art style. That could be fun, definitely. I did plan to make more shorts in that genre of making humanoid versions of the Ninjago characters, but the issue is just I do not have any ideas. The only thing I have come up with for Ninjago is something that would be a little more lengthy, which I might actually do pretty soon. Making animated Ninjago videos in 2025 and they do super well. Best timeline. Would you make another long-form video about how you would have made the Minecraft movie? There are plans for it, of course, as well, because that scene in particular that I made was supposed to be as if it fit into an overall narrative that is very structured around how the events of the game go. Like how you progress through the game would be your basic plot structure, and then everything else that's character or story relevant would be built up from that foundation. So ideally, if I have a full roadmap ready for how I want it to progress through, I can just be making scenes one at a time. And I don't have to worry about music too much because, dude, I'm set with Minecraft music. Here's another question asking for plushies, but this time they're asking for a Cole plushie. That is also a terrible idea. How does it feel to chew 5 gum? Did you play Hollow Knight? If so, what did you think of it? I did. I'm actually currently doing my first playthrough. So far, I've enjoyed so many aspects of that game. I don't play very many 2D platformers at all, but it has just been a treat to be able to play Hollow Knight. Possibly making another animation about it soon. Do you think you'll ever make an amazing digital circus animation? Most likely not. I don't know how well that will fit my channel. I have seen the series itself. I'm caught up now. I'm actually pretty impressed. I don't like every aspect of it, but I will say, like, foundationally, you've got some great character work in that show. And that team and what they've been able to do, especially with how expressive the characters are and the animation, it's hard not for someone like me to love it. Kinger is my favorite. What was the inspiration for the grug monster? Well, I just thought about what grug means to me. It's an eldritch horror. All right, that's his actual form. Why don't you use another animator instead of FlipaClip? I actually have in the past tried out other softwares and will probably continue to try out even more, whether they're more advanced or just have a different layout. But I'm super familiar with the FlipaClip like workspace format, and I've gotten really good with using that format. So moving to something that is a little more complicated is possible in the future, but for now, I'm just trying to get good with FlipaClip. Do fish get thirsty? Of course they do. That's why they're in the water all the time. They're getting a drink. Can you make a Doom animation? I don't know exactly about Doom, not only because I don't know a lot about it, but also the idea of it is inherently something that's a little too edgy for my channel. But I guess a tier below that would be like Warhammer. I'm not against making a Warhammer video. Will you make something related to Halo? I have made Halo videos in the past, including one that I didn't upload, but plan is, especially with this new Combat Evolved remake that they're making, that there will be a string of Halo videos that I do have planned. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to them eventually, but that is a franchise I do love, so making videos about that would be fun. Is a 617 euro cheese wheel worth it? What kind of cheese is it? Is it like, I mean, it depends on the cheese. How big is this wheel? Have you ever thought of doing an original series with original characters? Oh, we would be here all day. But like I said before, it has to do with what I am willing to commit to, because there's not enough time to make all of them. What did you think about the announcement of the Godzilla -1 sequel? I'm up for it. It's the same director, probably the same team. I'm hoping it'll go well. If I'm right, he didn't have as much time to write as he did last time, and the writing is the strongest part of that movie. So I'm hoping to an extent that the next one can live up to how good the first one is. Have you tried 3D animation? No. I mean, to some extent, I've done some 3D modeling and then like one time messed around with Unreal Engine and then stopped after that. That's a whole nother sport in the animation world. Right now, I'm trying to get good at what I do, which is 2D. Can I be in the vid? No. And I don't know why you guys keep asking, it never works. What is your favorite animation principle? And does it rhyme with grug? To pull one off the top of my head that I always think of like, oh yeah, that's really good to use. It's secondary action. Like the secondary movement that you do that catches up with the rest of your character or overshoots. Like it adds so much to movement and animation. Okay, enough with the Blunt brothers. Where's the Sharp sisters? Question, he's right behind you. We're good. We need Clanker 2. Yes, we do. Oh, come on. That is a perfect name for a series. What was your first hate comment? I remember it, actually. It was a while back when I was doing season 2. I think it was part 23 that I released, where it was very much a story builder, and one of the comments was so upset that it didn't even feature a triangle and monkey in it, and that they waited so long for a filler. Lucky for me though, you guys are generally nice, whether you're being encouraging or understanding or like having like pretty good discussions and such. Like, I'm very lucky to have the fan base I do. You guys are awesome. What is your next big project and how close are you to finishing it? I have a couple different big projects that I've been working on. One of them is part 51, but there are some others that I don't want to tell you exactly what they are now. Do you have any plans to make more faith-themed animations like The Lamb in the future? I've never been against making videos in that category. My main thing has just been I'm not the best one for coming up with ideas for that stuff. I love helping out people who have ideas for animations like that, whether it was the church that I helped make that Lamb Christmas special for, or Peculiar Animations is someone that I occasionally help out with, but I'm not against at all making more videos in that category. It was very fun to make. Will you make more Invincible content? And cornbread. I like cornbread. I also like Invincible, and there actually is a plan to make a video that's about the seasons we've gotten so far. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to that. Maybe closer to when season 4 is coming out. I love that show. Do you have Riz? So that wraps up our questions for today. Thank you to everyone for participating. It's always fun to do these every once in a while. Before I lose you, don't leave yet. there is a tease I wanted to give you guys for one of the big projects that I've been working on. Can't say too much about it right now, but it is very different from any of the other videos that I have made. And I've been planning to do it for a long time now, but it's just recently had a ton of progress done on it. I don't want to spoil exactly what it is, but it's something you guys have been asking for a very long time. If your comment didn't make it into the video, I thank you for participating anyway. It's always fun to see how you guys are interested in how I do things and what I'm going to be up to in the future. So the plan is for November and December, I'm going to be a little more consistent with like shorter uploads, especially for series and videos that I haven't made in a while. Either way, thank you all so much for sticking around with the channel for so long. There's so many big plans that I have for the future, and I'm just glad you guys have been enjoying so far. You like the beard? She's ugly.